If you couldn't tell, Roman Reigns is pretty over. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. And before I get into this video, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Going into Clash in Paris, if you look at the match card and you're somebody who is a fan of very heavy work rate matches, this is a card that is missing a bunch of heavy hitters. No Rhea Ripley, no Io Sky, no Stephanie McCure, no Cody Rhodes, but we do have Roman Reigns, which is something that we usually cannot say on a consistent basis. Now, if you guys remember heading into WrestleMania last year, Roman Reigns had a spread with GQ, and he had an interview included in that spread, and he talked about how he kind of feels as if he has maybe 1-2 years max left in his in-ring career before he transitions full-time to Hollywood. And I know a lot of times when we hear from wrestlers talking about how, their career is winding down, a lot of times it's not 100% necessarily true, right? Wrestling is one of those things that is consistently and constantly calling your name to come back. But let's just take this statement that he said in that interview and let's just take it as fact, right? If that is true and we are in the home stretch of Roman Reigns' career, I feel as if every single time that he is on TV, whether it's building towards a long-term program or it's a one-off appearance or it is something that is only going to last a few weeks, I feel as if it should be meticulously planned and something that is very heavy detailed and is used as if it's going to be going towards something that is a big time main event type of program, whether it's Cody Rhodes versus Roman 3, whether it's him versus The Rock, which is a match that feels as if, as each day goes by is less and less likely we're going to see it, or it is an eventual match with Braun Breaker or something big like that. I don't feel as if any date that we have him currently right now should be wasted and not be going towards something big, as in a big-time WrestleMania main event level program. And I get what we're doing here with Bronson Reed. I see the benefit that it has for him. Him being able to work with a guy who's arguably the biggest name in the industry is always a plus for him. Him being able to compete on a PLE card in a singles match, which is something that we are not used to seeing out of Bronson. All of these things are beneficial for him. But I don't necessarily see how it benefits Roman Reigns, to be honest with you, if we are going with this notion that he is on a limited time schedule and he is on the last legs of his career. But tonight on Monday Night Raw, which was a snooze fest of a show, to be honest with you, man, it feels as if every single week it's become very predictable that the show is going to end with some type of brawl involving the Vision, which is something that we saw for long stretches of time previously with the Bloodline. And it's just, I am completely done with that stuff. It's boring. Get us something new. End the show in a different way outside of a faction brawling and beating people down, right? But we open the show with Roman. Roman is getting serenaded by the crowd in the UK. He is going on talking about how, if you remember that cinematic scene that he had with Cody Rhodes at the Georgia Tech football field where Cody Rhodes said he's coming for everything. He's going to take away the bloodline. He's going to take away the wise man, take away the title. He's going to lose all of these things. Roman Reigns said, Cody Rhodes was right. He predicted all of these things. And he says, I'm not, the guy who I was before, but I could be. He's interrupted by Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed. And Paul Heyman is really healing up on the crowd and speaking about how, these people aren't tough enough to live in Manchester, but they're not rich enough to live in London. It's a big-time negative reaction from the crowd. Bronson Reed, our tribal thief, he is standing there strong with Paul Heyman. He talks about how, Roman Reigns, his tribe in Samoa are civil people, but his tribe from Samoa were basically brutes and how they were exiled and sent to Australia. And Roman Reigns, said in the thing out loud that most people thought, I know that I thought, and that was, this dude's Samoan. He's like, if he is, his ass belongs to me. He calls Bronson Reed to come to the ring, and Paul Heyman tells him that, that's not going to happen, basically. And Bronson Reed tells him, if I go down to that ring, you are going to have to acknowledge me, the tribal thief. And Roman Reigns says, you know what? I'm just going to come to you. And they brawl. And that's how we kick off this snooze fest of an episode of Monday Night Raw. Now, I think at the PLE, I think if we're going to sit there and go all the way with Bronson Reed and we have Roman Reigns just on a part-time basis, I'm not saying that Bronson Reed should win cleanly. I don't think that's what we're going to see. You can make the argument that just him having a singles match with Roman Reigns, period, is a win for him. But I could see somewhat of a dusty finish where you get the whole Vision involved and Bronson Reed is able to win in a, fashion where there's a lot of cheeky shenanigans involved. If we're going to go and push this guy as a major star, that could be a way to do it. But like I said, if they just want to go with the notion of, hey, you being with Roman Reigns one-on-one on a PLE is a victory in itself, I can totally understand that as well. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Did you enjoy this episode of Raw? Who do you think is going to win at Clash in Paris? Let me know in the comment section, guys. And please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. We are less than 20 subs away from 3,000. So if you could hit that subscribe button, like the button, it'd be much appreciated on my end. I am Kevin Zwicker.